All right, so we got a friend of the show and a friend of ours kicking it with us on Sports Nation, Mike Golic Jr. Appreciate you taking the time to join us, big dog. We know you had the 30,000-foot view of the national championship game with the MegaCast, and I wanted to get your take on who of all of the pro prospects that were on display stood out to you the most.
It's hard to look away from the Heisman Trophy winner, right, guys? I mean, Deontay Smith and what he did tonight in a half. Like, people are going to look at the box score of this and say 12 catches for 215 yards and 3 touchdowns and think that's a game's worth of action. He did that in the first half before suffering a hand injury after a big hit. And it's really just, I think, the icing on top of the cake of what was one of the more unbelievable college seasons that we've seen, especially considering he didn't start the season considered Alabama's #1 by almost anybody looking from the outside in.
Junior, I want to pivot to the dilemma of targeting in college football because we've seen such a discrepancy. We saw it in the semifinals, Ohio State-Clemson. We saw it in the final, Alabama-Ohio State. And you see such a inconsistency with how it's called. Is it unfair that the player's ejected for targeting right now?
I think so, and I think it's going to require a bit more nuance going forward because I understand truly what's at the heart of this rule is the best interest of the people playing the game and health and safety of the athletes. But with the advantage of replay that we have now in so many of these targeting calls, I think it's worth starting to, and I know it's dangerous territory, but legislating intent, looking and seeing almost like a flagrant 1 and a flagrant 2 in basketball, how these hits stack up one against the other in certain spots. I have a lot of sympathy for Jordan Battle in this spot in this game we saw tonight because this is happening at full speed. This isn't a quarterback sliding, pulling up at the end. This is a player trying to make a play on the ball in full speed, doing what comes naturally to him. And unfortunately, these are always going to be the plays where there is someone losing out because of something we believe is in the best interest of the sport.
Now, Gojo, you and I know more than anyone, my friend. Tonight was a double whammy. Not only did we have the college football game, we had The Bachelor on ABC. And you and I, we have some catching up and talking to do, but I love Dan Orlowski's wife tweeting this, that she didn't have to have her husband spoiling it.
Well done, Lauren. Well done.
Let's get into it. So there was no eye-open kissing in the college national football game, but I do want to give you a rose and have you hand it out to your MVP of the night.
You know what? I'm going to go a different direction. We've given love to Deontay Smith. Mac Jones is going to get plenty of love here. I want to give my rose to Alabama left guard Deontay Brown.
What?
Now, Deontay Brown, for people that are unaware, in the last 3 years, according to Pro Football Focus, has not given up a snack in 865 attempts. And when I say has not given up a sack in 865 attempts, while also looking like the ideal male figure. Michelangelo tried to create David and thought he was onto something, but God, the Alabama weight program, and good down-home cooking got Deontay Brown to what I believe is the true ideal male form. So, men, I don't know what's stopping you from looking like him, but I encourage you to do some reflecting and figure it out.
Junior, don't think we're going to let you go. Eye-open kissing. Big fan, yes or no?
Yo. Jesus.
No, that's absolutely terrifying right now.
No, hold on. What do you mean it's absolutely terrible?
Psycho.
There's an occasional situation, maybe it calls for it.
If I'm kissing you and I were to somehow, there's a flicker and I open my eyes and I see you staring at me, I'm calling the cops. I'm sorry, that's pre-criminal behavior and I can't allow you to be out here.
I'm running out the door and I don't care if it's my future husband. We're gone. We're done.
You're not calling the cops on this, Junior.
Yeah, Gojo.
That took a turn.
Gojo, if I couldn't love you anymore, great answer.